This week we depart from our usual cycle of weekly Torah readings and have a special one in honor of Shabbat during the holiday of Sukkot, known in Hebrew as Shabbat Chol HaMoed. The selection is taken from the 33rd and 34th chapters of Exodus, which ostensibly connects to the holiday of Sukkot because it concludes with a list of the three major festivals that are to be celebrated during the year, including the holiday of Sukkot. But the context is a deeper one, and it is no accident that the rabbis chose this as the selection for this Shabbat. It's not just about the surface connection between the holidays and the mention of the holidays. It's more about the spiritual event that takes place in the Torah section itself. The context is that Moses has reascended Mount Sinai after having smashed the Ten Commandments when he saw all of the Israelites dancing around the golden calf. And so he climbs Mount Sinai once again, but this time to ask forgiveness on the people's behalf and to receive a second set of Ten Commandments and reestablish a covenant between the people and with God. However, Moses begins to be frustrated with the people themselves and asks for assurance that God's presence is actually with him. And so God accedes to Moses' request and allows God's presence to pass before Moses so that Moses sees God's back. The idea behind this great spiritual reassurance is the sense of the kind of reassurance that we need spiritually this time of year. We all have experienced the holidays of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, in which we have spent much time in synagogue focusing on prayers of forgiveness, focusing on the status of our lives at this point, and praying fervently for and hoping that this coming year will be a year of health and blessing. And we want that reassurance in our lives. We want to feel as if God's presence is with us, to support us, to be there in times of trouble, to let us know that everything will be okay. And especially on Sukkot, when we build a sukkah that is meant to be fragile, we understand how temporary our lives are and how risky our lives are as well. And so we want that reassurance of God's presence. And if God could pass in front of Moses and provide Moses with that reassurance, how much we hope and pray that God will be there for us and that we can experience God's reassuring presence in our lives. Shabbat Shalom.